Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Okay, I'm going to do something I learned a long time ago. I'm going to practice the 3 B's, okay? I'm going to be up, I'm going to be brief, and then I'm going to be gone. Is that all right? Okay, so the first thing I need you to do, everybody need to get on your feet, please. Just get on your feet. We need to shake it off. You've been sitting there for a minute. All right, go ahead and shake it off, stretch, do everything you need to do. All right, now you go ahead and take your seat. I will tell you that Tawanda has been gracious, but I will tell you she is a bad mama jamma. Just sitting there talking to her, she is inspiring to me. She didn't tell you, and she said something I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. She spent a few decades, I won't tell how many years, working for State Farm. And she said they sell promises. Y'all, okay, that went right over your head. I'm going to do it again. They sell promises. Ain't that deep? Wow. And she defended them. But we got to do it. We got to be every place we need to be. There's 2 things I want to do, I want to leave you with, that I feel shaped my life, who I am, and continues to fuel me today. I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hey, we got Connecticut in the house? That's what's up. And so we don't see many of us in Connecticut, but it's all good. So I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but my family is part of the Great Migration from the South. So they're from Montgomery, Alabama. That's right. So when I grew up, and everybody know if you know, family from the South raise your children a certain way. So it didn't matter where I was. So I used to walk around and talk about, I'm a Southern Yankee. And they used to be like, what's she talking about? It's because my mama was from the South. So I am a Southern girl, even though I grew up way above the Mason-Dixon line. So I'm telling you that because those values that they instilled in me then are what carries me to today. Now, we've heard some great antidotes and some great nuggets for some very, very esteemed attorneys. What I want to do, and I was sitting there, and she told you I got my master's in divinity and my doctorate in ministry, so I promise I won't give you a full sermon, just a homily, all right? So what I want you to do is I want you to focus now on your inside, not your outside. So the things I want to give you is because I want your inside to look just as good as your outside. And what do I mean by that? I had to learn how to overcome the whammies. That's what I called it, the whammies. I'm black, whammy. I'm a female, whammy. I'm dark-skinned, whammy. And I didn't have any money, whammy. Okay, so all of those things that society tells us are things that will hold us back. I had to overcome by working on my inside to take care of the noise that was happening from the outside. Now, I didn't know that God was working on this little poor black girl a long time ago, and he started in kindergarten. Did you hear me? Our kindergarten graduation play was The Little Engine That Could. And if you remember that, I think I can, I think I can. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but I was the head of the engine. So I had the line that had to say, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I had no idea that God was planting it in my spirit as that little 5-year-old in kindergarten. I want you to reflect back on your life because the seed has already been planted. That's going to carry you well beyond anything you could ever imagine. And it's something simple that you're not even thinking about. Because whenever I've had difficult times in life, I can hear that little engine in my head. That little 5-year-old girl rose up and said, I think I can. I think I can. So that was my inside influencing my outside. You have an inside right now because you wouldn't be sitting in this room. There's many places you could have been today. It's Saturday morning. I bet you all your friends aren't here, are they? How many got all their friends in the room? Raise your hand. You got all your friends here? Aww. Most of us got some friends that are somewhere else other than here. So that tells me who you are already and what you are willing to invest in yourself, which is half the battle. So, 1, find out what you are passionate about. What drives you? It's not the law. The law is nothing but a tool. It's a tool for you to use to do whatever it is that is driving you, whether you want to help people, whether you want to save the world, whether you want to work in corporate America, whether or not you want to help the least of these, the locked out, the knocked out, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's a tool. You drive the tool doesn't drive you. So find out what you're passionate about. Because if you want to know about the ingredients in the cake, or you want to talk about practice, as my colleagues have already said, if your insides are right and your passion and you know why you're doing what you're doing, you will practice and you will make sure you're making the right ingredients. Does it make sense? They agree with me. Okay, the second thing I want to leave you with, actually, before I do that, I'm going to share a personal story, if I could be a little transparent with you. Is that all right? So, and the reason I want to share this is because I learned a long time ago that the decisions that we make when we're young will impact our future. We don't think about it when we're young, but a decision I made my junior year of high school influenced the rest of my life. So, remember I told you, one of my whammies, I didn't have any money, right? But my parents always told me, get a good education. Get an education. If you get an education, you can have the American dream. That's what they sold me. That was the promise they sold me. And I believed it. So, education's not free. Unless, of course, you get a scholarship. But for some of us, even if we got a scholarship, it wasn't going to cover the whole mark. So I needed to find some money. So the recruiter came along, and he said, be all that you can be. And he told me, I got some money for you to go to college. And I was like, oh, really? So I signed up at 17 years old to join the Army. And they had something called split op, because I said, I'm not joining your nothing if I can't go to school. And I'm going to school now. So whatever it is you about to sell me, if it doesn't include me going to school, ain't no need of us talking. So at the time, and I don't know what they do now, but at the time, they allowed me to go to basic training during my summer. And then I went off to college. I did my freshman year at the University of Connecticut. And then at the end of my freshman year, I went off on the summer to go to my second civil training. So now I'm about to date myself, because during my right before my sophomore year, something happened called Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Yeah, I'm dating myself. He said, you definitely dating yourself. So I'm thinking, we ain't been to war since Vietnam. I ain't going to war. I'm in the little reserve thing. What are you talking about? Well, I got activated. So my sophomore year at the University of Connecticut got cut short, and I was packing my bags up at this little 19-year-old, scared out my mind, going to the Middle East, somewhere I knew nothing about because I didn't pay attention in class, and to fight some war I don't know nothing about, but here it is, I'm supposed to go. Remember that decision when I was 17? Yeah, now I'm 19, and it's coming forward. However, remember, I'm a woman of faith. So while we were there, we had something called the air war. You know, we bomb, and then we did this ground war. Now, I was very low ranking. The night before the ground war started, I got sick. Sick as a dog. Broke out in hives. And I was in the medical unit. And they looked and it's like, we don't know what's wrong with you. You young, you healthy, you fit, more than I am right now, you fit. And so we're going to put you on quarters. That means you just in your rack and you don't got to do duty. And I said, okay, that's cool. Unbeknownst to me, the next day, the ground war was going to start. So my unit left, and I couldn't go because I was sick. So I was 9 miles from the Iraqi border. And when my unit crossed the threshold of battle into Iraq, they were attacked. 2 vehicles were attacked. The vehicle I was supposed to drive, and then the young lady who went in my stead got in an ambulance, that vehicle was attacked. So at 19 years old, I learned a very valuable lesson. To whom much is given, much is required. Because that young lady went to the University of Connecticut with me, and she's no longer here. So I also knew that God had a plan for my life. And no matter where I was, if I'm in battle and He gonna protect me, Lord knows if I'm in the United States walking these earth, He gonna protect me. So nothing is gonna happen to you that is not already ordained. So don't worry about that. Know that God has a purpose for you. And it's a purpose to do something bigger than you can even imagine. There's something unique and special about each and every one of you that no one else in the world can do. No one. Imagine that. There's a gift sitting right in your belly waiting to be birthed that only you can do. The problem we have in life is we settle on mediocrity. And we become robots that want to chase everybody else and what everybody else is doing. I'm here to tell you that thing in you, I needed to be born. That idea, that inspiration, whatever it is, we need it. We need you. That is important. And if you don't know it, I really need you to receive that. Receive it. Because it's going to carry you through law school, through the practice of law, through the rest of your life, if you know who you are. So who are you? Who are you? You are more than your grades. You more than your mama and daddy child. You more than them clothes you put on. When you came into this world, there was a reason you were here, and there's a reason that you are here now in this season, at this time, in this place. So find it if you don't know it already. Because that is going to fuel you to success and to accomplish things you can only imagine. Amen? Amen. Now, my last thing, and I'm going to leave, because remember I said I'm going to do the 3 B's, be up, be brief, be gone. So this is my last point for you. Allow your no's to fuel your yeses. Now, what am I talking about? Now, remember that little army time, so when I left the desert and all that and came back, I was like, oh, I'm going to be an officer. You know, I was on fire, just doing everything in the world, leadership, this, doing all this wonderful stuff. And I got bit by the entrepreneur bug. So I was on active duty in the Army at the time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get out and run a franchise. Now, what I know about running a franchise, right? I don't know nothing, but I know I wanted it. But here I was, this little 26-year-old African-American with no family with a business background. I don't have a business background. All I know is I was an Army intel officer and all this other. That don't mean nothing for business. However, remember that little engine that could? Don't tell me no. You tell me no, you just told me yes, because I'm going to get that yes. So let your no's fuel your yeses. Now, what did I need? What I need, corporate lawyer? I need some money again, right? I need a business loan. So I didn't know anything about it. I went to the bookstore, bought a book on how to write a business loan, how to write a business plan so somebody could give me some money. So I go into work every day, and I'm coming home at night, and I'm writing. I get this business plan together, go over to these incubators, and they show me all this stuff. Mind you, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get that franchise. So I go to the first bank, no. Second bank, no. These people, no. Those people, no. Everybody was telling me no. I thought my name was no. Because everybody just kept telling me no, but I just believed I'm going to do this. Well, all those no's added up to what? I got me my yes, and I put that resignation paper into the Army, got my little business loan, and jumped out there and ran a franchise. Why am I telling you that? Because you want to be lawyers. Because you're going to encounter adversity in life. Some people aren't going to believe in you. They're not going to see your vision you see for yourself. The key is you have to see the vision for yourself. Don't worry about what somebody else says. And don't let anybody else's limitations limit you. You create your own path. So them no's, amen, because I got my yes. So when you get your no's, okay, remember me, and be like, okay, that little 26-year-old black girl told me that let my no's fuel my yeses. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you're supposed to do in life. And my colleagues told you, and I'm going to end on this, we do need you. We need you. I serve in the Navy as JAG Corps officer, try cases all over the world. I've tried them in Hawaii, Guam, Japan, you name it. Now, when I go into the courtroom, they sure don't look like me, especially not as a JAG. I'm just being real. It's hard to get into the JAG Corps. Less than 1% of applications. However, it's doable. So when I'm looking across, and I've done defense, I've done prosecution, and I'm sitting there looking at a young African American, they're looking at me like, oh my gosh, I really have a black lawyer. Yes, but there's not enough of us. Of the 900 plus, 33 in the world are African American. Yeah. So when I say we need you, yeah, we all need you. And I really need you because I'm leaving eventually. I'm going to retire. But I need to make sure somebody coming behind because we practice law just like everybody else. But regardless of whatever it is that you decide to do in life, do something. Keep on the path. I'm praying for you. Be praying for yourself too. Amen.